Harry Belafonte, yes please. Harold George Belafonte Jr. was born March 1st of 1927 in New York City, New York, to Caribbean parents. And because of that, he spent a lot of his early years in Jamaica, his mother's native country, and he saw firsthand the oppression of black people by English authorities, and that left a lasting impression on him. As a teen, Harry ended up dropping out of high school and he enlisted in the U.S. Navy in 1944, and after his service, he returned to New York where he became a janitor's assistant, and while doing that, he discovered the American Negro Theater. Enamored with all things theater, Harry decided to volunteer as a stagehand for the A&T before he eventually decided to become an actor in the play Juno and the Peacock. He quickly decided he wanted to study theater at the dramatic workshop of the new school, where his classmates included Marlon Brando, Walter Matthau, and B. Arthur. Now, it didn't take long for his performances in the A&T productions to catch the eye of music agent Monte Kay, who offered him the opportunity to perform in a jazz club called the Royal Roost. Then in 1949, he landed his first recording deal, and by the 1950s, he dropped popular music in favor of folk and Caribbean songs that he would play all around New York City clubs. With the hit records Day-O, the Banana Boat Song, and Jamaica Farewell, he initiated the fad for calypso music and he became known as the King of Calypso. In the mid-1950s, his Mark Twain and Other Folktales and Belafonte were his first in a hit series of folk song albums. In 1953, he made his film debut opposite Dorothy Dandridge in Bright Road, and the following year in Carmen Jones. And because the film Carmen Jones was such a huge success, that led him to starring in the film Island in the Sun in 1957. He then won a Tony Award for his performance in the musical Almanac. And we can't forget how amazing of a year 1959 was for him. He produced and starred in the film Odds Against Tomorrow and the TV special Tonight with Belafonte, for which he won an Emmy Award. In the 1960s, Harry decided to take just a little break to pursue his other interests, so he just became the first black television producer, and over the course of his career, he worked on several productions, all the while still creating music, most notably the albums Swing Dat Hammer and A Night with Belafonte and Makeba, both winning Grammy Awards. In the 1970s, welcomed Harry's return to acting with movies such as Preacher, Uptown Saturday Night, and The Player, even 2018's The Black Klansman. Now, there was much more to Harry Belafonte than just his acting and music genius. He was also involved in various causes like the Civil Rights Movement with his good friend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and he was part of the 1985 charity song We Are the World, and he was 1987's UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, and that's just to name a few. Harry Belafonte can sing, he can act, and he has a big heart. What else could you ask for in a person?